But I'd like to introduce to you fully the ultimate all-in-one AI business platform. And
Okay.
the thing that matters more significantly is that it's about for businesses. It helps the business simplify the process. It helps the business to scale or to grow. And it kind of almost guarantees success once it's fine-tuned and established. So when we look at what we call the AI revolution, and I think you kind of touched on it yesterday for me, Dalbert. You said you've been looking at the AI and everybody's talking about AI, and you like, I need to look into AI. But the
Yeah.
reality is, people are going to look into it or they're going to get left behind. And it is that.
Yeah. Simple as that.
Yeah, the world is changing so fast with
Yeah.
what AI is doing because AI, artificial intelligence, is helping to improve AI. So
Mm.
it's now at a rapid pace when we have access to such a vast amount of knowledge, education that people spent 4 and 10 years acquiring.
Mm.
That's
Mm.
why some of these services used to cost so much because everybody couldn't do it. But now with this information being readily available, it's all accessible to us. And it goes on to say businesses that fail to adapt to AI driven marketing and automation are at
Mm.
risk of losing customers, losing revenue, and losing relevance. Uh,
It's just that the old way that, me and prospecting, getting in front of somebody, doing paperwork, you know what I'm saying? The CRM thing,
right.
callbacks. I was reading a lot on what you had sent over. A lot of that, which I looked at it, it was a lot of your businesses you already put. What you call them, apps?
Yes, yes, apps. You were looking at some of them. Good, good. You got to,
I read them all. I read them all, man.
yeah.
So I was like, wow, especially it was really intriguing about the one that did the counseling.
Uh-huh.
Mine.
Uh-huh. Well, somebody who actually wanted to go and sit down with the psychiatrist. I mean, come on, they got to go through the line, wait in the office, sit there and answer all the embarrassing questions and all of that kinds of stuff, right? And then
Yeah.
pay ridiculous money. Well, that knowledge is in a base now, and it's easily
Wow.
accessible. And the artificial intelligence app allows them not even to just get information on where they are now, but it grows with them based on the information that they're submitting. So, like if last week you had a certain episode, then it remembers what you did last week and goes into some detail about what you might want to do this week. And there's a panel there of 5 different people with 5 stages of the same illness that the individual has when they enter the app.
How
And
confidential is it, Ed?
is 100% confidential because it's all, when you change that password, nobody can get in there, man. It's a firewall. It's a strong firewall because this is not just in America. It's in over 30 countries, man. I'm on a
Wow.
call with thousands of people in this stage, man, because AI and what this particular brander has done, this guy said he's not selling AI to replace humans. He's trying to put it in the hands of people who will take it and modify it so it improves society based on the knowledge that you already have and the business that you're already a part of. And so many others are charging for the access, where it's not really the access, it's the input. And the engineers that we have that has programmed this, they've loaded this thing with so much stuff that's relevant to what we're doing, and you're going to see as we go forward. But you just said it. The new era of sales. Selling today isn't about chasing customers. It's about
Yeah.
being found by the right people.
Yeah. Right. By the right
AI
people.
too.
Right.
The tools, they analyze behavior, they target buying ideas, they automate engagement, and
Mm-hmm.
ensure that businesses connect with those who are actively looking for their product. Well, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we sell insurance. If we're
Right.
talking to somebody who don't want an insurance, don't need insurance, already have insurance, we're wasting time.
Right.
What this does is puts us in front of the people who are looking for our services. And you just said it, the old way, it is dead. It is
It's dead,
dead.
man.
Cold,
That's
cold calling. And I mean, and it hurts me to a certain extent. It
Uh-huh.
challenges me because when I get a cold call now, I'm not being mean, but my thought is let's save the caller some time. I'm not interested and I'm gone. And sometimes I don't even say anything, I just hang up. And I
Mhm.
remember when I made my living that way. And if people
Yeah,
if
yeah,
people hung up like that back in that day, we wouldn't have been able to position ourselves the way that we did.
yeah,
But the mass advertising, those thousands of dollars. I mean, come on, I remember distinctly. My wife and I looked at each other like, okay, well, what are we doing? We spent
yeah.
$3,000 for a radio ad.
Right, right.
We got absolutely nothing. And it's like,
Yeah,
okay, do you change the ad and resubmit another $3,000, or that ad will work, pay another $3,000 for the same ad? All of that is out the window. Door-to-door sales, when we used to walk up and knock on somebody's
yeah,
door,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
you got instances now where the young fella went to the wrong house, knocked on the man's door, and the man shot him. Uh,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what
People are nervous. They not that. It's a different time, man.
it's a different time.
Can't do that.
You're not going to go do it. I remember when I was going door to door. I knock on the front door, nobody answered. If I heard some activity, saw some cars, and thought somebody was around back, I go around the back to the people's house, man. I go back
Yeah.
smiling. Hey, how y'all doing?
Right, right, right.
Somebody did that to me 3 years ago, and I thought to myself, what an invasion. It's like you could never make a sale because now I'm mad with you for invading my privacy.
Right, right, right.
It goes on here. AI is the future of sales. Success now comes from smart automation, precision targeting, and digital dominance. The
Mm,
businesses thriving today aren't working harder, they're working smarter with this
mm,
AI. And business owners now, the high cost, running a business requires multiple expensive services. That's why the small to mid-sized business cannot even compete with the big guys because they can't do the things that are effective now. So let's look at what it takes to run a business here in 2025. You
right.
need a website. Well,
Yeah,
upfront, people are paying from 3,000
yeah,
upfront to 500 to $50 a month in maintenance. So $3,000 plus another $50 to $500 just to maintain the account on a monthly basis. But if you don't have a website, you're very limited in your ability to do
mm,
business.
mm-hmm,
And then the sales funnels. We'll talk about what those sales funnels do, but they pay 100 to 300 a month for a sales funnel.
mm,
That funnel is designed to keep emails going out to people. You got 1,000 emails going out to people who may be interested in your subject, and then when they finally come around, then they just say, "Okay, I'm ready," as opposed to you calling and sweating people.
yeah, yeah.
The email marketing, those sequence emails that go out for various reasons and things of that nature. We'll talk further in a moment, but let's take it to the funeral industry. Make it simple.
Yeah.
After the funeral, we talk about aftercare and how
Mm-hmm.
the funeral home should be in touch with that family. Well, they use email aftercare marketing, which means they got an email that will automatically go out on that person's birthday, an email that will automatically go out 30 days after the funeral. And the emails contain things such as how to get your affairs back in order. Do you
Mm-hmm.
need some counseling? What can we do here at the funeral home to help you transition back into what might seem to be a normal flow of life? But if they're not doing that, then the big companies are. So that's how they losing their families. And
Mm,
what actually happens is, and we know this, it's like the herd of elk. If the conglomerates get grandmama, then
yeah,
all of a sudden they're gonna get the children, they're gonna get the future
yeah,
generations, and that's just the way it goes. They got
yeah.
one, now they got them all. And I
The
had a
main
fellow
one.
director
Yeah.
call me. He said, "Man, I can't compete with these guys. What am I doing wrong?" And I said, "It's not what you're doing wrong. It's what's not happening without you." See, we already know what you're doing and what you're capable of. But
Mm-hmm.
automation allows things to happen without you doing it. So you got what you was doing, and you got additional helpers that are working with you. The email marketing campaigns, they pay from 50 to 500 a month for that. It's just the cost of doing business. Social media marketing, 500 to 5,000 a month.
Mm. Mm.
SEO, that's for your website, search engine optimization. So when people are searching, they'll find you. And your website has to be optimized so that they can find you. You know, and I'm talking now funeral, but this works for everybody's business. But when you put in, and I'm sitting there with funeral directors, I'm saying, well, type right now in your computer, funeral home near me.
Mm-hmm.
They type in funeral home near me and they don't show up. And it's like, okay, that's because you don't have your search engine optimization. And if you are in the funeral home that you're asking for and you're not showing up, if you don't do this, you're going to lose. It's the cost of doing business. The answer engine optimization, major.
Mm.
You know, people are not typing in most of the inquiries now. They're reaching over and saying, Google, where's the nearest funeral home to me?
Right, right.
So where is this? Where can I find this? Siri, do this for me, Siri. And now it's a voice. So the optimization now, everybody has to change over if they're going to be effective to work to the way that people talk. And it's not the way that they type, but it's the way that they talk. So the modifications are being done on websites to where it's accepting the language. These large language models pick up certain things, and that's what makes an individual website able to be found. Well, the program that you have just joined,
Yeah.
when you build a website, it automatically takes care of the SEO and the AEO.
Yeah.
So when they ask about you, yeah, already in there.
Yeah.
We're looking at chat bots. You know, you've been to a website and they say, how can I help you today? Or do you need something? Or can we do this for you? Right. They pay 100 to 500 a month for chat bots. All of the things that we just discussed are in the package that you got. But the total estimated cost for running a business, and the big businesses don't mind because you pay some money and you make some money.
Yeah, they getting that all back.
Right, they get it back from $3,000 to $10,000 a month. And then the time that you spend to actually manage all the different resources to get all of that stuff done. Different companies, different agencies, you know, it's a task. And they hire 3 or 4 people if they got a lot of money to take care of all of that, and a few agencies. But when we look a little farther,
very quick. Isn't this what we was trying, or you was trying to get this over to the funeral home?
Yes.
When I was driving around, we was trying to get them to see this.
When we were driving around, we were more so getting them involved with pre-need programs.
No, I'm talking about when I was doing it last year. When I was driving around, you gave me them people to see. This is where we were trying to get them to see.
Yeah, they were going to be a part of this, where now we're going to automate their aftercare. See what I'm saying? Now, when they have a funeral, push to the button and automatically for the next year, all of their families are going to get some communication that got links, videos, and substance that keeps the family engaged with them. So when obviously, if I just saw your stuff yesterday and somebody died today, then you're at the top of mind. But if you're not doing that, you're not at the top of mind. That's the power of artificial intelligence. You know, when we look at one centralized system for everything you need, it does bear great significance. Now, when we talked about what they're paying from $3,000 to $10,000 a month, the professional websites and landing pages, that's a part of our program. It's included. The automated email campaigns, that's in there. Social media marketing with automated content. And they can automatically create the emails for you and the social media content. And it's set up so it can automatically be posted. So on Monday, you have your post set up for the whole week. And you can just keep on doing what you're doing. And I was sitting the other day and the guy said, well, you just posted on LinkedIn. I was like, that happens without me. If you had to do that, then imagine how time consuming that is.
Yeah.
The SEO and the AEO, the chat bots, the analytical tracking, so you know what's working. One low price, and it's AI powered and efficient. So it gives you a lot of confidence that you're going to be able to build. Benefits, number one, you're going to save thousands of dollars. You automate lead generation and sales, increase online visibility, because that's where the ads are now. Where we, like I said, we spent $3,000 on an ad. Right now,
Mm-hmm.
we put together ads and we put them out there for free. Doesn't cost a dime. You put something out there, if it doesn't work, you redo it and put it out there again, and it didn't cost you anything. And there are methods of being able to pay and have a larger audience for the ads that are working. No more juggling multiple softwares and agencies where you had to get 3 or 4 different companies to get this stuff done, and get 24/7 business activity while you're sleeping or while you're planning family time. Things are happening in the business, and it doesn't happen without this level of automation. So to be without this is to be a long way away from the reality of what the future brings for business. But what does it take to succeed? You know, a lot to have conversation about it, but there's some commitment that's needed to growth, you know, learning and implementing the AI tools. So our program, we got so many tutorials and everything there for learning how to do specific individual tasks and how to operate apps and how to be proficient in what the program is all about. And some of it is time consuming, but it's the best time that you could spend because it's on your leisure while you're at home and not running around in the rain, cold weather, hot weather, and all that kinds of nonsense. But you put a video on, and then you'll stop and pause it, and you'll do what it was instructing you to do, check it, make sure it worked, and then you put it on play, and you can continue. But fortunately, we do have the live trainings every Friday. And then, you know, for many at these early stages, we can do simple tasks online live with them. And for our clients, and you're going to find this to be beneficial, for some of them, they just don't have time. Well, guess what? We do it for them for an additional fee.
Is that right?
That's right. We'll get it done for you. I mean, you look how easy it is for us to do. A website that people pay from $1,000 to $3,000 for, we can do a website, and you're going to see it in a little bit. We can do a website and a funnel in 15 minutes. Why won't I do it for free? But if they don't take time to see that they can do it, then we'll gladly do it for them. But we won't charge as much as the other opportunities are charging because the other ones are just taking advantage. AI came in and made a 3-week task able to be done in no more than a couple of hours. What it would normally take 3 weeks to do, in a couple of hours, it's done. One of the biggest things that I really look back at when it comes to this is the book that I wrote. I just published it last year. It took me 3 years to write the book with the time that I had and all the things that had to be done for me to get my thoughts together with and then having them to look at the book and having people audit it and all that kinds of stuff and copyright. Now with AI, people are writing a book in an hour. Spit out a book in an hour. Bestsellers, man. Bestsellers. Get out. The consistency. The AI works best with study input. So you're going to be putting your information in about your insurance agency. And when I say insurance agency, that is your first product that we're going to actually launch and get going. But you have so many other products because as a white label owner of these products, everything that we talk about, you have the privilege to be able to sell on the marketplace. And I'm going to show you how some of it is done. And I have some simple templates that makes it easy too. But then utilizing training and supports for best results. We got a couple of venues where you can go and ask questions. We got a couple of venues where you can lend support. Once you're schooled enough yourself, when you go in, you see people asking questions that are elementary, then you can even help them by answering some of their questions. But we do the full training and onboarding because even if an individual is what they call a chump or a beginner, you don't have to have the technical skills. You don't have to be able to write code and all of that. AI has changed everything. The automation will be scaling your business. People will be communicating with your business while you sleep. Now, the business automation, it's going to dominate tomorrow. Now, here's what we're going to do, and we're going to get quite a bit of it done today. We're going to set up your automation. We're going to
Right.
identify key tasks that you need to automate, and we do know you need to be emailing the clients that you do have. We'll even take what you have that's not on a spreadsheet. You can just take jumbled information and send it off to a team called hold on one second.
Mm-hmm.
I'll think of it in a minute. Anyway, they do it for cheap. They'll create you a spreadsheet that can be loaded into your CRM, and then you can immediately start to communicate with them. Where I had one guy, he didn't have any email addresses. He had contact information, but he had no email addresses. So we put together a mailer. You got to mail it out to them. Mail it out to them, let them know you want to have some information sent to them and you want to be in constant contact with them, and you would need them to click on this. But what they did is click into a funnel where he asked for their email address, and they dropped their email address in that phone. And now all of a sudden, all of those people who are familiar with him are part of his clan, and he can communicate with them effectively. We're going to use the tools needed for follow-up and lead capture. And you're going to free up time while increasing efficiency and broaden your outreach. So the goal in this particular step is to have an always on system that converts leads effortlessly. And then step two, your landing page or website. Some of the people that we encounter already have websites. If not, we have the landing pages or websites, whichever would be most effective. But we would say we need a website, and you need a professional business name, because your current product will be functioning under the website. And there will be individual funnels that will be set up for each individual product. So wherever you're advertising, they'll come in. For an example, if you're advertising the same system that you just got, the all-in-one system, if you're advertising that, then it'll send them into a funnel just for that. They won't even know you sell insurance, and it doesn't matter, because you got another clientele that you're building over there in those other products. You're going to have a professional business name, email, and domain. You know, we're going to think about some names, and we're going to pick one. I mean, you could change it later, but a name is a name. Steel Enterprise is one that came up for me last night. But we're going to go to AI, and they're going to give us some suggestions for your names. We don't have to sit down and bust our head open. We sit down and say, give us 10 suggestions. Tell them what you do, and tell them what your name is, and they'll come up with it. We're going to do that shortly. But that professional branded domain and email, it gives trust to the community. You know, I mean,
right.
Realistically speaking, a guy came up to you and told you he could offer you the world. And then when you say, give me your email address, he said, my email address is ... at gmail.com. What did that do for you?
Well, that's his email, right?
Yeah, that's his email, but it doesn't lend a lot of trust. You know, if you email me, you emailing ePitt at Cooper Professionals or ePitt at marketingtechay.com. The public now is looking for that. Anybody that I see that are only using a Gmail address, it shows that they're not established. And when it comes to the lack of trust in this day and time, you got to have the little foundational stuff, because some people just won't trust that you're in business.
Yeah.
Step 4, we're gonna
wow. A blast from the past.
I think you got that right.
Oh man! Wow!
When's the last time you shot some pool, man?
I probably since then.
It's been a long time for me too, man.
Probably since then, man. My barber has a pool table, but it's a piece of junk. I don't even mess with it, you know.
That'll mess your game up. You'll never be any good anymore.
Yeah, I haven't played in a while. Yeah, since then, real man. Since I'm trying to think, did I play somewhere? No, Wow. That was over at the what was that? The Muslim place, wasn't it?
You know, I'm gonna tell you, I don't remember exactly where we were. Oh
Huh?
no, that was the Five Links thing. Was that
Yeah,
the Five Links guy
yeah,
place up in the high
right.
rise in downtown Chicago? All right, let me go. We're going to
Uh,
create the sales funnel. We're going to automate the email sequences. We're going to automate your social media. And I mean, you won't get it all done today. But this is what we have for our goals. And we can kind of get yours done a little quickly because I'm going to give you some dedicated time. Because the main thing I want to have done is your automation. I want all of that working before we start working on any other programs. It's about selling some insurance. And then we can
okay.
start to spread out to the other stuff. Um, we're going to set up your payment links, so that people can pay you for these products, PayPal, Stripe, and things of that nature. So it's an instant checkout. If you have high ticket products, even Stripe and PayPal have internal payment options, so if it was $900, they'll still let them make payments that don't affect you. When they make a payment, you get the $900 and they could be paying $25 a month to finish paying Stripe or PayPal. Final steps, we're going to test your system, test the landing pages, track analytics, and watch your business grow. Watch the names come in, watch some new people buying insurance from you.
Just watch it. They buying it on the system.
Well, they won't be buying the insurance. That what the systems are going to do is put the people in front of you that want
Okay.
some insurance.
Right.
Then you start from there. But
Yeah.
the other products that you're going to be selling, they're going to just be buying it. And then you'll see that they bought and they'll be a part of the training and whatnot. Essential apps for questions and support. Really important. And we're going to go, you can't be saying, and we're going to go over that too. But we have the community. That's an app that you have there in the community. You click in there and you'll see where other people are putting comments, statements, they're asking questions and things of that nature. And you can do the same there. We have AI support, which is a support link that has all the answers to all the questions regarding this platform that we're on. And then we have Ask Eddie. Ask Eddie got intimate details, not just about this platform, but about the Commander Initiative, about the funeral business and all that kind of stuff, as well as the insurance. So we say these valuable resources are here to assist you, and you want to make sure you know how to access them. So we'll go right into those.